Making things can be fun, but you need tools to work with. These are the art materials that will help you, whether you use them at home or at school. Paints in many beautiful colors. Clean brushes for the paint. Chalk and crayons for drawing and coloring. Scissors for cutting. Glue and paste. And these lumps of soft clay which can be made into many different things. Now, if someone were to peek at your workplace, would they find that your art materials were well cared for? Or would they be spoiled? Well-kept tools will help you have many hours of fun and do good work. But spoiled tools are no fun to use, and they just can't do good work. Don't these brushes look nice? But see what happens when you don't take good care of them. This brush is stiff and caked with paint. This one is all bent out of shape. Here's a sad case. This poor fellow is falling apart. And this brush is all worn out. These sad and unhappy-looking brushes were once clean and new. What happened? This brush is stiff and caked with paint because he wasn't cleaned properly. Your brushes need to be clean. They should be rinsed in clean water after you use them, and when you are through with them, wipe them on a clean rag or a piece of paper. The hair on this brush is all crooked because he was left standing on his head in the jar, or perhaps he was left pushed up against something. This is a much better way for brushes to be cared for, or like this. This poor fellow is coming apart because he was washed in hot water. The hot water melted the glue that holds him together, so he's losing his hair and falling apart. And look at this tired brush. His owner made a scrub brush out of him. No wonder he's all worn out. These sad and unhappy brushes would still be happy and useful if someone had just remembered that brushes need to be cleaned, but never in hot water. And brushes should be used carefully, and then put away neatly when you are through with them. Now, what about your jars of paint? Are your paints bright and clean like this, or are they like this? Spoiled paints are not much fun to use, and they can't do good work. This jar of paint is dry and caked. This one is thin and watery, and all the color is at the bottom. The next jar? Well, there isn't much left of him, is there? And the paint in this jar is all dirty and muddy. These paints won't be much help to their owner, will they? You won't have dry and caked paint like this if you keep the lid screwed tightly on the jar. Your paint won't be thin and watery like this if you'll remember to keep it stirred up. But please, not too much water. If your paints aren't kept in a safe place, this may happen. Keep your paints where they won't spill or get bumped. You don't want dirty, muddied colors. Your paints will stay clean and clear if you mix them outside the jars. Mix your colors in a saucer, jar, or on a piece of board. This clean paint box can be fun to use. The small pans in the box are there to help you mix your paints without spoiling your colors. You'll have more fun with well-kept paints, and you can do much better work with them. Oh yes, and you want to be able to draw nice pictures too. These friends, chalk and crayons, must be cared for properly too. A piece of chalk will last a long time and do lots of good work for you. But chalk breaks easily, so learn to handle it properly. You can still use the small short pieces, but keep them in a box. Keep your chalk at your workplace when you are using it, on your table or at the blackboard, or if you work on the floor, keep it on a piece of paper. Then it won't get scattered about, or lost, or stepped on. When you have finished with your chalk, put it in the box, and put the box where it belongs. Take care of your crayons, too. Crayons are fine tools to work with, but not if they are left on a hot radiator or in the sun. Crayons melt when they get too hot. The floor is no place for a pair of scissors. Scissors get broken, like this, or like this. Broken scissors won't cut, so take good care of your scissors and they won't get hurt, and neither will you if you use them carefully. And remember, this is all right. But what about this? Don't leave the scraps around. Put them in the wastebasket where they belong. You'll have fun making cutouts, and when you want to paste or glue your cutouts, these sticky friends will help you. But you'll soon learn that if you use too much glue, it just makes a mess and spoils your work. Rub a little glue on your work, not too near the edge, and don't get glue on your clothes or on other things. Oh yes, and be sure to put the cap back on when you're through. And of course, put them away where they belong. Clay is another art material that you'll enjoy using. This lump of soft, clean clay can be sticky stuff, so keep your clay on something when you work with it. Of course, you'll work with it carefully so it won't make a mess. Don't let your clay get soiled from dirty hands, and when you have to stop working, cover your model with a wet cloth. Then it will be soft when you are ready to work with it again. Your clay should be kept in its proper place, just like all your art materials. This is the way to keep your tools. Tools that are not kept where they belong soon get stepped on, or broken, or spoiled, or lost. It isn't pleasant to work with unhappy tools, and spoiled art materials can never help you do good work. It is easy to use your art materials properly, whether at home or at school. Just remember to keep them clean, use them carefully, and put them away. Well-kept art materials will always be ready to help you. for clay modeling, for gluing and pasting, for painting and drawing, or for making cutouts. Remember, happy tools are the best tools.